What's up, guys? My name is Miles.
And my name is Fez.
And this is The Commodity. And today we are reacting to 10 things you didn't know about the Philippines. And
let's rephrase that. It's actually 10 things we don't know
about the Philippines. Before we hop into the video, we do want to address something. We've gotten a few comments about a term called Pinoy baiting. I didn't know what that term was until I researched it. Urban Dictionary says that it's I guess to sum it up, over-exaggerating Filipino videos in, I guess, a reaction video style to gain more viewers and subscribers. I do want to say that that is incorrect. We've been doing Malaysia primarily. Malaysia then recommended Indonesia, then Indonesia and Malaysia recommended Singapore, and now we've been recommended the Philippines.
And to be perfectly upfront and honest, yes, we are doing this to make money. And we've been very blunt and very open about that, especially before we even got monetized.
Right. I mean, obviously, everybody's goal on YouTube is to get monetized and make money. With us, personally, we're doing this channel because we want to actually travel to these places. We want to film these places in person. And the best way to start is to start talking about them.
Yeah, and learning about them, because we don't, I mean, yeah, we would be more than ecstatic to be able to just, like, in the climate that we live in right now, it's just not an opportunity to just up and travel anywhere.
Right.
Because of pandemic situations. However, so we started with Malaysia, and we were very blunt and very honest up front, and when we did get monetized, people were like, congratulations, we saw the ads.
Yeah.
Yay, you know, and it felt really good because they had our back.
Right. And that's the thing with Asian culture that we love the most is the friends that we've made.
Yeah. Oh, we got really good friends that we stay in contact with basically on a very personal level.
Yeah. So to assume Pinoy baiting, assuming is the lowest form of education. Yeah. So to assume that we're Pinoy baiting, that's disappointing, and we hope you guys don't think that's what we're doing.
Now, to be fair, we understand it's the smaller percentage.
Right.
It's the smallest percentage.
Yeah.
But for the people that think that we're doing that, we promise you we are not. But yes, we are doing this to make money because we already have serious plans to go to Malaysia. Mm. Our hopes is to have another plan to go to Indonesia and the Philippines and Singapore and Vietnam and Cambodia and whatever else there is, because we do agree that Southeast Asia doesn't get enough recognition.
Right.
Because to be perfectly honest, until we were suggested and we were the ones that were pulled in to Malaysia and Southeast Asia,
yeah,
we didn't find it. Y'all found us,
and it was requested.
And it's been a huge blessing that we have found y'all.
Yes, 100%. We truly enjoy making these videos. We truly enjoy learning about the culture. So, with that being said,
that's my line.
Hop in.
Let's hop in.
In this week's Mix List, we check out 10 things you may not know about the Philippines. Number 1. The Philippines is the only country where you'll find the jeepney. A descendant of the U.S. military jeeps left over from World War II, the jeepney underwent certain modifications to suit environmental conditions and accommodate more passengers, eventually making it one of the most affordable and common forms of public transport in the country.
So are those super common?
That's so awesome. They put the Mercedes logo there.
Those are dope.
Yeah.
I like that.
I know these are the least sought. These are... Like, if you put this back to stock and you brought it over to the U.S., you would make so much money.
Yeah.
Because these are the Willys Jeeps. Mm-hmm. This one is like a later 80s model. People don't really go for these because they still have the leaf spring, but for no reason. Mm-hmm. They, actually took a step back in time. But, no, this one right here with the round headlights, this thing is money when you bring it here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, is this that common? Because that's kind of cool.
That's very cool.
Right. Yeah. Jeepneys are also known for their colorful and kitschy decorations, which have become
super
a symbol
Mexican
of
style
artistry and culture. Number 2. The Philippines has approximately 180 languages, one of which fuels one of the most profitable industries in the country.
Wow.
Most of these 180 languages are said to be indigenous, 8 are major dialects spoken by a majority of Filipinos, and 2 official ones, namely Filipino, or the standardized language spoken almost all throughout the country, and English, which is taught in schools at an early age.
So what I heard about the English language in the Philippines is it's primarily used in school and in work situations and things like that, but not primarily used in just your day-to-day conversation with families.
Yeah, I've heard so many different situations. Like they're like, and because a lot of these videos we watch make very generalized statements. Like the female statement in one of our videos, they were like,
females don't talk to foreigners. Yeah,
however, it seems like people have agreed, generally speaking, but they are like, it's not for the reasons that they gave.
Right.
It was more like they're very specific. Like, I'll be honest, we're both salespeople, so we are the type of people that just randomly walk up to random people and just have conversations. So I hope if we walk up to a girl, we can kind of break them out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Which is always a thing for me. I've always liked trying to get out of my comfort zone. Like we went out last night, which is very out of my comfort zone. Like going to bars. I'm not a bar person. I don't drink alcohol. Not because I don't like it. It's because I don't like it. I don't disagree with it. So it's always about trying to push the envelope of your comfort zone.
Right.
You know? So.
Since most Filipinos have quite a good grasp on the English language, call centers have flourished in the country, providing thousands of jobs with an estimated profit of $25 billion in 2016 alone. Number 3. The position of the Philippine flag conveys a message of peace or war. Elements of the Philippine flag symbolize traits and qualities Filipinos possess or strive to achieve. Combine this with the proper way the flag is positioned,
the American way.
will send a clear message as to what the state of the country is currently in. Hanging horizontally, if the blue stripe is on top, the country is in a state of peace. If the red stripe is on top, however, the country is in a state of war.
Really?
When hung vertically, if the blue stripe is on the left side of the observer's point of view, then the nation is at peace. But if the red stripe is on the left side, then the Philippines
I would never
is
remember
at war.
that.
I would neither.
4.
Well,
Filipinos
yeah,
take religious festivals very seriously.
Because isn't that the same concept as if we, it's like distress. Like if the U.S. flag is upside down, it means that we're in distress or something.
I don't know. That's the first I've heard of flipping a flag.
Yeah, I mean, it's not disrespectful, oddly enough. It means that, I believe it means that, like, we are either at war or we're in distress.
Yeah.
Or there's something going on. It's bad.
Yeah.
But it's not like a anti-American thing. So, like,
right.
However, you don't change the color locations like that. Like, I'd be like, something looks off about that.
Well, technically, they're not changing. It's just they're just flipping it upside down.
That's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, right? And I my stupid brain would be like,
that's backwards.
Something's different. Even if it's our flag, I'd be like, pretty sure the stars go on the other side.
Yeah.
So.
Seriously. Having been under Spanish rule for over 300 years, the Philippines is 90% predominantly Christian, majority of which is Roman Catholic, and were traditionally taught to honor God and other holy figures during religious festivals. Some of these festivals, however, tend to be a bit extreme depending on one's willingness to show his or her devotion, such as the Feast of the Black Nazarene during January and the Passion Play or reenactment of Jesus' crucifixion during Holy Week. Number 5.
So we actually had this discussion a minute ago. We had a comment because I was telling in one of our last videos, I had said that I never truly learned about Islam and all those and a lot of other religions. And some of the comments were like, "How do you not learn about these in school?" And it was I mean, I don't know how close y'all's laws are to ours. Like, we don't teach religion in our public schools.
And
it's
the main
against
reason,
the law.
Yeah, the main reason is because we have cultures and religions from all over the world, and the United States doesn't believe in.
Now, I will admit that they are actually, like, you know, the Constitution was designed behind religion.
Yeah, it was. But, I mean, the way the United States public school system looks at it is if we teach Christianity, since it's technically what
the most abundant.
Yeah, if we teach that in schools, then we're leaving out all of the other religions, and that's not fair. And
it's not right because, and so now we're leaving out Muslim. We teach Islam, then we're leaving out Buddhist and Hindi and all these other religions. And there's actually like over 600 religions practiced in the U.S. So we're not allowed to teach it. I mean, you can go to a private Christian
school,
high school and middle school and all those kind of things, and they're allowed to because they're not taking money from the federal government.
Right.
Now, things like in our pledge, there for a while, I don't think it's there anymore. It was under God, but that was added during the Cold War for whatever reason. Before that, it wasn't under God.
Right.
But yes, our Constitution was written by people that believed that they were religious. I believe they were Christians. However, they also had slaves and all these other things. So now I think we're trying to become more aware of our situation. Yeah. But generally speaking, religion is kept out of any public schools
for the main reason of keeping everybody's religions.
Even public universities, unless you're taking a specific class to learn about religions.
Right.
Because you do have religious universities like Baylor University or Texas Christian University or TCU, Southern Methodist University. But if you go to like University of Texas, it's kind of not the same.
Right.
So just a little information.
Speaking of religious festivals, the Philippines is known and prides itself for having the longest celebration of Christmas in the world. Christmas season in the Philippines.
As a Christian, and the fact that I just love Christmas movies, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Do y'all do a lot of Christmas movies? Do y'all watch? I don't know if y'all do a lot of filming on y'all's own stuff, but like, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
Santa Claus. Or
really, Santa Claus with what's his face?
I like. You're gonna shoot your eye out, kid. Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
My two favorite are number one is Elf.
Mm-hmm.
You sit on a throne of lies, and White Christmas. I'm a huge Rat Pack fan and Bing Crosby and a lot of singing. I love it. So.
Philippines starts in September.
Let us know
when
yours
Christmas
if you
carols
have
are
some.
played on the radio, and some Filipinos start decorating with Christmas ornaments such as giant lanterns or paroles. Then the festivities typically last until the first week of January on the feast day of the Three Kings. This season culminates in what is known as Simbang Gabi, or night mass, where Catholics attend 9 masses leading up to Christmas Eve. Then afterwards, people partake in the Christmas feast, or Noche Buena. Number 6. Basketball is the most popular sport in the Philippines. Most Filipinos love basketball. It's become a national obsession. Whether it's watching the NBA or the country's very own PBA, people tend to stop what they're doing and enjoy the game with such ferocity and passion.
That's cool.
The passion for basketball
I'm not much
also
of a
extends
basketball
beyond
fan. I love
televised games,
basketball.
as the sport is a popular pastime among Filipinos with courts and
I'll be right back.
One eternity later.
Oh my God.
Is this too much?
Yeah.
I have to represent.
and makeshift courts scattered along streets, and organized tournaments that pit neighborhood teams against each other in local basketball leagues.
This is so
Number
uncomfortable.
7,
It
the
looks
Filipino
uncomfortable.
owns the patent to the karaoke
pretty tight.
machine.
It is
the
tight.
world's first karaoke machine
It's
was
dope,
called
too.
the Juke 8 and was made by Japanese inventor and musician Daisuke Inoue in 1971 in Kobe, Japan. But it was Filipino inventor Roberto del Rosario who was granted the patent for the machine karaoke sing-along system, which he invented in 1975.
So the
Karaoke's
karaoke
popularity-
So that's why it's so
started-
popular there.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan. So I love acapella, and they have so I watched several acapella. There used to be a competition show, kind of like the Voice kind of thing. I forget what it's called, but that's what made it several acapella groups really famous. But they have a Filipino group called the Philharmonics, and I absolutely love the Philharmonics. They are phenomenal. Oh,
Yeah.
they're so talented.
It quickly spread throughout the Philippines, making it not only a popular
I think they're
pastime,
Filipino.
but also a form of entertainment that has permeated even Philippine pop culture. Number 8. The antibiotic erythromycin was discovered by a Filipino doctor. In 1949, Filipino doctor Abelardo Aguilar was the one who
don't
chanced
know
upon a
that
bacteria
antibiotic.
which would eventually
What
lead to
was
the
it?
development of
Yeah, and
erythromycin,
they-
an
oh,
antibiotic
penicillin?
used to treat upper
Oh.
respiratory tract and skin
No,
infections.
it's not
Oh,
penicillin.
like an
It's-
alternative to penicillin.
Yeah, it's erythromycin.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Erythromycin,
Yeah.
an antibiotic used to treat upper respiratory tract and skin infections. Unfortunately, Dr. Aguilar was never compensated before his death in 1993.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Royalties he asked in order to set up a foundation for poor people to gain access to health services.
That's awesome, though.
Number 9. The Philippines is one of the countries most frequently hit by natural disasters. There are 2 systems that make the Philippines prone to natural disasters. The first one is the Pacific Ring of Fire, an area where a large number of
Typhoon belt.
earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur, and the Typhoon Belt in the Pacific, which means an average of 20 typhoons are most likely to hit the nation, 5 of which are potentially destructive. Aside
20
from
per
these 2
year?
systems, the country's location
guess.
and geographical makeup
We're very
also make it
specific.
vulnerable to tsunamis, sea level rising, storm surges,
That
landslides,
sucks.
flooding, and drought. Number
That's
10,
insane.
the oldest university
To
in
be
Asia.
fair, we can kind of relate. I mean, we don't have typhoons per se, but we have hurricanes, we have tornadoes, we have earthquakes, we have. I mean, it sucks.
Wildfires.
Yeah, however, like it's crazy because those wildfires are actually needed
Yeah.
because lots of trees actually grow from wildfires. They have controlled burns to burn down trees, and it causes better growth.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird concept to me, but I trust my scientists in our country. So, but yeah, no, we understand. It sucks. It sucks so bad. It devastates entire groups of people, kills families, members, and families. Unfortunately, so we can kind of relate. We are a lot like the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Like realistically, we're the majority religion here is Christian, and probably Catholic is up there. We have a lot of natural disaster. We learn English,
Yeah.
and we have a lot of Latin culture. So do they.
Democratic system.
Democratic system, yeah. I mean, a lot of it.
Can be found in the Philippine capital of Manila. The University of Santo Tomas in the city of Manila is said to be the oldest existing university in Asia, being founded by the Dominicans in 1611, and it's the largest Catholic university in the world in a single campus in terms of student population.
I bet you that's older than any
the title,
university
however,
here.
is slightly
Yeah.
contested, with the University of San
1611.
Carlos in Cebu claiming to be the oldest school in Asia, having been established by the Spanish Jesuits in 1595, initially as Colegio de San Ildefonso.
1595.
Yeah, we're not even. Well, I mean,
That is insane.
what is the oldest university here? Let's see here. Oh, I do know it's oldest. I've looked this up before in the U.S. Harvard University, 1636, chartered in 1650. Who would have thunk?
Who would have thunk it?
That's crazy old.
Yeah.
I know the oldest university in Texas,
Hmm.
Baylor University, where my dad graduated from,
Yeah.
and it was crazy. It was actually became a university before Texas was part of the United States. Texas was its own republic,
Mm-hmm.
and like the only reason I know, my dad had a mug that from Baylor, and it said accredited by the Republic of Texas.
Hmm.
So it's the oldest university in the state.
No. This was super informative. I think these just came at me. I think my favorite,
Come at me, bro.
the coolest part, I think, is the jeepneys.
Yeah, the jeepneys.
Those are dope. But yeah, no, it was super informative.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy because the last video that we watched, and I pointed out the Jeep, the Toyotas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if y'all brought those here, you would be making some major dough because those Toyotas that are like they're the Jeep style, like the FJ or F series or whatever they are,
Mm-hmm.
those will sell for like $80,000-$90,000
Right.
here if they're fully like refurbished type
Mhm.
stuff. So they sell for a lot, and I regret switching into this. It's super itchy, it's super tight, and I've never worn this. It was a gift like 5 years ago, and I still have the things on it. And they're extra large. Like, how big am I? So, you got anything else you want to add?
Mm-mm.
All right, guys. With that being said,
My name's Miles.
and my name is Fez.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.
Out.
And I'm changing.